means each and everything, and how internships are important and what you can do with the internships. We will cover each of them one by one. uh, starting with my description first. Who am I? Sitting in front of 140 people there. So Pratik, can you go to the next slide? Okay. So my name is Atul. I am co-founder and CEO of Qubit Tech. I graduated from IIT Kharagpur last year from Electrical Engineering Department, and I started Qubit from my college itself in my dorm room there during my final years. I saw that a lot of students have been struggling to find the right opportunity, and there are a lot of clueless students who do not know like what to do at the right time. So we thought of solving the issue by bringing more and more opportunities to the students, and bringing helping them to explore the industries in a better way. Most of my skills have we I have been working on many research projects. I have good experience in Android app development. uh, I am good in Python, MATLAB. I used to use a lot of the time while building the applications on the research projects. I come from an electrical engineering department, so that I have experience in microcontrollers, and I have worked on a lot of sensor development projects. I have experience of working at IMEC. It's a company that works on nanotechnologies in Belgium, and I was actually working on a world's first pocket-sized, hyperspectral imaging camera, which was going to be used for SpO2 blood saturation in measurement. So during the COVID, you may have heard about SpO2 thing. There is a clip which they put on your finger and measure the blood oxygen uh, percentage. But what happens is that, suppose there is a small baby, or suppose uh, in an autonomous car, you have to do it everything in a contactless manner. So that's what I was working on. I have worked on developing a lot of sensors uh, that were helpful for monitoring the plant health and the soil monitoring system. And a lot of things have been revolving around optics. My hobbies are very general, means people actually love. I see a lot of people who comes from they love to read books and music and travel. Okay, so next. Pratik, next. Yeah, Pratik, next.
I am already on the next slide, I guess.
Acha, okay. Great. So there is a lag, I think, between me and Pratik. So it's okay. We will manage it. So what is Qubit? It's a platform, where you can explore various tech industries right from your college. So you may have heard, if you go through news, then you have been hearing a lot of words like health tech, ed tech, fintech, agri tech, HR tech. There have been, Byju's is an ed tech. There are like Innovator is an health tech company. A lot of startups coming in these fields, and all of them are representing some of the fields in the industry. So on Qubit, what kind of internships you can do? There are like three kinds of internships. uh, One is part-time, the second is semi-full-time internships, and the third is full-time internships. Part-time internships are the internship which you can do on a part-time basis. It requires a 20 hours per week kind of thing. And semi full-time internships are, you can do that as well during your semesters as well. It requires like 30 hours every day, giving like 4 or 5 hours during the semesters, and working with the startup hand in hand, knowing what is going on in the industry, and working on the live projects. So what we do always is that we already invest a lot of time going through some dummy projects, or working with any professor, or any senior. You can invest those time working with an actual startup, working on an actual project, so that you can know like what happens in the industry, and whatever you will be building, there will be like real life challenges you will face there, right? And the full time internships are the general internships which you do generally during your vacation, like in the winter vacations or during your summer vacations. There are both the kind of internship present on the platform. uh, you can go, like, there are a lot of internships, there are like remote internships, and there are a lot of internships which are like in office internships. You can choose from both of them. And again, there are like global internships coming, like you can work for a company in Singapore, You can work for a company in Dubai, you can work for a company in USA. It doesn't matter. You can get a lot of chance to work with the industry veterans who have been actually in the industry for the past 10-15 years, and then now they are actually are doing their own startup. So it has its own benefit, working with them. Okay. Uh, so Pratik, next slide. Yeah. What I can do, Pratik, is that I can write here in the chat as well that going on the next. Okay. So load the complete slide. It's not an issue. Ah, yes. Okay. Thanks. Hmm. So what are the things which you get from the Qubit? You get access to global startups. We have been in touch with like more than 900 companies till now, and they have given a lot of requirement. Means looking for front end interns or back end interns, data science, ML, product development, product management. A lot of things are there. You can explore. By working with each of them in your college days, and know what interest better for you. You can earn minimum 90,000 per year of the from the platform. So the platform, when you do the internship, all kind of internships are paid on our platform. It becomes very useful when you have some monetary or financial source when you are as a college student, because a lot of courses are there. We need some money to actually sustain, right? So the platform can help a lot. uh, if you do, like, what we have seen is that on an average the stipend ranges from like 15,000 to 20,000. This is the average score. It has like maximum till now it has gone till like 50,000 as well per month. So even if throughout the year you do like internship for the 6 months, you are able to get like 90,000 per year on an average stipend of 15,000 per year per month. So that's the the major benefit you get from the Qubit. Again, continuous skill enhancement. When you work with a lot of companies, when you work with actual team, you get to know like what happens in the industry. That helps in actually developing your skills at a more rapid stage as compared to any online courses or any boot camps or anything else. There will be actually actual mentor. You will be having deadlines, you have to work on them, and you have to submit your assignments and all those things. So that is altogether a very different experience. You can become mentor as well. You can join our Discord community. You can be a part of the community, mentor other students as well. Exploring unknown territories, as I have told, that there are a lot of sectors of industries, healthcare startups, ed tech startups, fintech startups. You can actually work with them one by one and try to find which industries works in whatever manner, and try to find like what are the the interesting thing which interests you, right? And then the last thing is that is very common. We have seen that if your internships goes well in the company, then the company will be more than willing to offer you a job offer. So if you do, like, suppose 3-4 internships during your college, like, you will be having a lot of networks, and you will be having a lot of, if you perform well during the internship, you will be having a lot of offers as well, right? So you don't have to completely dependent on maybe on the placement, campus placements or all those things, right? Okay. So what Qubit is, we say in general. Pratik, can you click the next thing? Ah. So what we say is that it's a perfect platform for you to help you with the off-campus internships and placements. What we have seen is that students suffer a lot. They say that there is only one source of internships or placement, that is the on-campus thing. What we are saying is that you go to the platform, there are a lot of companies coming there. It can become a good platform for the off-campus internships and placements. Okay. So next slide. Great. So till now, we are having more than 9,000 students on our platform, and we have our reach in more than 1,000 engineering colleges. I have already told that we are having good amount of companies coming there, and the average stipend stands at 15,000 per month. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So what what generally happens is that there comes the important point. What we perceive internship as. Internship are always considered as completing the college credits in India specifically. What happens is that in an internship you go with the team, you work with the team on an actual project which is actually live, which will be used by the actual user side. There will be a lot of feedbacks from the user you have to work on. There are a lot of bugs which will never come when you are working on a dummy project. So what internship gives you, it's an opportunity to work with industry people and learn from them. Good internship can be easily converted into a job offer. It can help you in making you a job ready, and again, it's an opportunity to earn money as a student. So there are a lot of incidents, students have been earning money from stipends, and they have been buying cool gadgets, right, like iPad or maybe their camera. Maybe they want to go for an internship, any boot camp, any courses, right? So it helps actually. Now the question comes like, how to get an internship, right? So there are like three, four, major sources. They're like, always college placement committee comes first, because, companies comes to your placement, and it's everything is like inline structure. You can actually reach out through LinkedIn as well to, to the company founders, or maybe, anyone in the company, and let them know that, this is my resume. I want to work on that particular field. I would advise you to do one thing, that do not blindly actually message people. Try to actually read first about the company, what they do the background study and all those things. Then actually reach out to them that I want to contribute on this particular product, and I want to contribute in this manner, right? This is the best way you can do, and it creates actually interest from the people on the LinkedIn as well. You can do the mailing to the HRs as well. And of course, Qubit, you can check out our web platform. It has like a lot of opportunities coming there. uh, Let me put, so this is the website link I have put on the chat. You can check out the website as well. There are a lot of internships coming there. Our platform can be another source, to get internship. Uh, Pratik, next. Okay. Now, two things which comes into mind, which are very needed, when you want to get an internship. Your resume should be good, and you have to perform well in interviews. Okay. Now, what I will do is that I will go one by one. What will be the good resume? How to make the good resume? Next thing is that how to perform well in the interviews, and then we will end up the session with the Q&A. So now two things are very important in a good resume. One is like work experience, and the second is like project experience. These are the things which matters the most. Okay. Pratik, you can put a hold, right? Okay. So if you have work, so what I've seen is that a lot of students, complaining that internships are made to have a good work experience, right? So how can we have a work experience prior to getting an internship? So if you have the work experience, that's very good. If not, then do some good projects. Now, what is a good project? Your project should be at least, it should take you like 2 weeks to complete. It should not be like a 3 day or the four day projects kind of thing. Because if you do a 3 4 day project, those projects are very small. You won't be able to actually learn a lot. So it's a rule of thumb that it should take at least 2 weeks to complete. Should take your 3 hours per day. So it should be like 3 hours per day, 2 weeks to complete. Right? Do not work on those common projects. Like there are like a lot of common projects in the market, like to-do list, weather app kind of thing, because those are very simple projects and it can be easily replicated. Companies actually, when they go through their resume, they lose interest when they see these kinds of projects. It should not be copied from anywhere. Even if you're taking, insights, the problem statement from, any website, any YouTuber, you should try to add your innovation to it as well. Like try to add any extra feature, and then in the interview, try to mention it that I added it from myself. Okay. Now, how to show the work experience in the projects? Right. Mention in details, whatever things you have worked on. I've seen like a lot of students showing the work experience like 2 3 line, and very casual line, like I worked on this thing, my work was very good, I got silver medal and this kind. These things doesn't matter actually. Try to actually articulate, means what are the technical terms in technical terms, like what are the technical tools which you use, what are the libraries which you used, right? What was the problem statement? So there are like 3 points which you have to cover in each work experience or project experience. What was the problem statement you were working on? uh, what was the thing you were on which you worked on, and then the result which you got. Like whatever things which you implemented, does that give the result or not, right? And GitHub links and live URL links are very important, right? So maintain your GitHub GitHub repository. GitHub, you be very active on the GitHub if you want to do good internships in software development. Okay. Okay, Pratik, next. Yeah. Pratik. Okay, so there is something which we missed before. Can you go back, Pratik? So the final 3 points I would like to add. Resume should be of one page only, because it should take less and less amount of time for the whoever recruiter or whoever is reviewing your profile. They have to go through like lots of resumes, so it should be like one page only. And if you are making profile on our platform, you don't have to make your resume as well, because there is a automatic builder. You just have to fill the sections and then it automatically builds your profile. uh, Add only those projects and work experience which is substantial. I've seen that a student says that I have 3 4 projects. Which are the projects which I should mention on the resume? Add only those projects which is actually which you think that which are actually substantial. And then if you are having any extracurricular activities, add that as well, because that shows that you have been actually active in other places as well. You are a team player or not, you enjoy working in a team or not. Okay, these are the points. Now coming back to the how to perform well in the interview. Okay, so what happens is that in interview, actually people check whether you are fit for the company or not. It may happen that you are having good technical skills, but again you don't get selected. So you don't have to worry too much on it. It may happen that you have the right technical skills, but you may not be the right fit for that company, right? There are a lot of things like time commitment, maybe geography. You are not able to. So suppose a US based company is giving an internship, then you have to actually work with their according to their time zone. It may happen that you do not fit well with that time zone. A lot of things, a lot of parameters are checked on the interview. What are the things which you have to focus on? You have to actually explain your projects and CV in very detailed manner, right? Whatever things which you have mentioned in the resume, they will be asking from that only. And you should be able to explain it in very very detail. Very, they should know that yes, you have actually invested a lot of time in working on the project. Now you don't have to people have reached out to us, and then they ask us that how many projects are needed to get a good internship, and to get selected for the internship. What we suggest is that you don't have to actually work on like hundreds or 5s or tens of projects. Even if you are doing 2 projects, and if you are able to explain it very properly during the interview, that's enough. Because interviewer, for an internship, they just want to see that whatever you are doing, you know it very well, right? And if you don't know something, let the interviewer know about it, right? Don't feel hesitated, or don't feel embarrassed when what the interviewer will think, or what they will tell us. Just tell them that these are the things which I don't know, these are the things which I know. If you give me a chance, I would be able to learn them as well. Show them that you are very motivated to actually work with the company, work with the team, right? Before going to the interview, do some background check as well. What the company does. Ask questions related to the company as well. um, what the companies are, how does this product works. I found a bug, is it like relevant, is it not, right? Discuss about their tech stacks. It should be in a a discussion way. It should not be in a debate way. It should not be very it should not go like a viva exam. Okay. Now the last thing which we actually keep on saying to the students, and that's the means you can say the general funder for actually performing well in the interviews. If you want to prepare, if you want to actually prepare well for the interviews, you can do it only by giving interviews. So try to do mock interviews, try to actually do the actual interviews. Means apply on companies, and go to the interviews, get selected for the interviews, and ask them about the feedback after the interview, that how was your performance, any improvement they would like to see in you. Because if you give like 1 2 interviews, then after that you will be very confident to go for the later on interviews. Okay, so you can go on the website, you can check our product, and there are a lot of companies there. You can try this as well, giving a lot of interviews, and then knowing where you have to improve, where you have to not. Okay, so this is all. This is a very small session, as I promised. It won't take like more than 20 minutes. You can find us on Instagram. We are on LinkedIn as well. You can check out our website. I've already put it in the message. The website address is qvet.tech. I would like to, so the platform is completely free to use. There are no hidden charges involved. You can freely apply to any kind of internship. And yeah, let your friend know about us as well, so that they can also find good opportunities. Right. Okay. So would like to hear from you guys. one by one you can ask questions. Last session also a lot of questions students asked and it helped a lot of students. So yeah. Okay. Pratik, you can stop the presentation. I think we can directly come to the.
Yes, guys. If you have any questions, like feel free to ask it in the chat, or like you can unmute yourself also.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Kritika.
Hello, I'm Kritika Srivastava. Actually, I'm just a first year student, but I've heard about the illustrative interview, resume and basic resume. So, according to you, which one is better, and what are the differences between illustrative one and basic one?
See, actually, resume people have sometimes people think that the beauty of the resume or how it is looking, that helps you to get a good internship. What I would say is that even if you are having a Word file, if you are having good project experience, that's fine, right? So don't worry about building something on the Illustrator or somewhere. You can build it anywhere on the Google Doc as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but just focus on building your skill. Mention good projects. You can use our website as well, so you can just fill the details on whatever checkboxes and whatever fill in the blanks there. It will automatically give you a profile link. So it's a digital resume. You can actually directly copy the profile link. You can share it with anybody.
Atul, we have also some questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, actually, I have two questions. First one was that what is the optimum time that I should actually start looking for internships?
Optimum time is, see, we have students who have just started after first year and they got the internship. There is no optimum time, right? I started my startup in my college itself. There are people who are starting their startup in class 12th. So there is no optimum time, I would say.
Okay. And another one is
So
that,
if I am
okay.
if I'm
Guys,
planning to do a startup, so should I do an internship before doing starting it,
Yeah, I would
or I should
recommend because
directly go for the startup?
yeah. So I would recommend doing internships because what helped me as well is that while working with the industry people, I realized that I learned a lot of skills, right? So I would recommend try to work with at least two internships. Then it will be very clear that what you want to do, what are the fields you choose, and how does the industry work, right? That's very important.
What skills should I know beforehand before applying to it?
So
And
it
11, 12 competitions or extracurricular, do they count that, or we have to do something in college?
Yeah, so you have to actually work on some skill development. 11, 12, and extracurricular do not matter that much, I would say, if you want to go into software development internship. Now it depends like which kind of internships you want to do. I'm just talking about the software development internship right now. You can go through some Udemy courses. You can go through some hackathons. Try to actually interact with the community as well, and do some projects, right? Valuable projects. Now the projects can be into any field. Means front end development, mobile app development, data science, ML, product management. It can be anything, right? But try to have at least some experience before applying to the internship.
guys, I
Hello,
would
am I
request
audible?
help. Yes, Kritika. Just
I,
guys, I
I have
would
done.
request if you have some questions, just like raise your hands and I will call out your name. Then you can unmute because it will be a mess if everyone is talking at the same time, right? Yes,
So,
Kritika, go ahead.
we can do one thing. First, we can take the questions in the chat. Pratik, you can just ask the question so that everybody knows. And
Okay,
then we
okay.
can
I'll read out the questions so that everyone will know.
go.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so this is the one question. How to find interesting projects to work on, and especially in open source.
Okay, so there are like a lot of first I would say that try to interact with the communities, right? That helps really well. People actually do not interact well. If you try to talk with similar like-minded people, they will also tell you like these are the links, these are the projects which you can do. There are like a lot of GitHub open repos as well. which you can refer to work on um, good projects. And GSOC projects are also there, so you can try to commit there. There are a lot of open source communities as well, so I think this will be enough if you want to do well on the projects.
Yes. Okay. Moving towards the next question. So, can first year students like also get internship without any experience?
See, first I would say that if you are in first year, try to actually generate some skills, because if you run behind just catching the opportunity without having any skill set, you will keep on running till second year, third year. First year is the perfect time. You should you're having a lot of time, free time. You should try to actually have some good skill sets first. Try to go through Udemy courses. Try to work with communities. Once you are having good experience, it will be very easy for you to go and get the opportunity.
Okay. So there is one more question. So does college matter? So like the name of the college.
So for that's what the pandemic has helped a lot. Right now, trust me, guys, college does not matter. In fact, on our platform, when you go, there are a lot of students who are from state colleges or normal colleges. They are getting good internships. There are a lot of students from IITs and ITs as well who are getting internships. The only thing that matter on our platform, and this is the vision with which QET was formed, we want to promote the skills. If you are having good skills, you will definitely get the internship from our platform.
Yes. Okay. So I have the next question is I have done some software projects during 11, 12 based on programming. So can I add these in my resume for internship?
Yeah, you can add it if it seems like it's substantial. You can add it.
Okay. So this is like common question. So how to grow up your skills to get internship?
Okay. Can you repeat again, Pratik?
So how to grow up your skills to get internship?
Acha. So it's a similar question, right? Means you can do projects and all those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
First, I would say one thing more I would like to add is that try to learn in the community, because that helps a lot. Every college has a community, and if not, then there are a lot of even open communities as well. Google Developer Club are open, and there are a lot of open source communities as well. Try to interact with them. That will help a lot.
Yes, so there was a question on like someone is asking, can you tell us some communities? So as Atul mentioned, so like try joining your college communities or try joining some open source communities also.
Yeah.
So which kind of internships can build or make my official resume powerful? Either work from home, one or the industrial based.
So both are, there is no biasness in, work from internship or, in office internship kind of thing. Even it just depends that what have you worked on and what is the result which you got. And if you are able to explain those things, that's more than enough.
Okay. Okay, there is one more question. Is there any internship opportunity available at Kuwait organization itself and in which field?
Okay. Okay, so at QIT, we are looking for front-end intern right now. If you are having, good experience in React.js, then you can always reach out to me over LinkedIn. Uh, I just forgot, some of the people actually keep on reaching me over the LinkedIn as well. So I'm just posting my LinkedIn uh, profile link. You can connect me there, and then uh, you can ask question to me, after with question with me, after the session as well. Okay. Yeah, moving to the next question.
Yeah, so do we need advanced level skills or moderate level skills for internship?
See, it depends on what kind of internships you want to apply. I would say that, see, do not try to directly jump into the highest stipend and highest company, the most famous company. Everything, things are built up gradually, and I would like to suggest you that try to start with some small internships, then keep on growing. That's what happened on our platform as well. You can actually build the journey on the platform. Start with some smaller internships, get some experience, build some skills, then try to get some higher stipend internships, then jump onto the other companies.
Yeah. Uh, Can we get the page? Oh yes, like I guess we Kuwait will be posting this session on their YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can get the recording for the same. Yes. So if you have any more questions, like put it in the chat, or like we can move towards some more questions. If someone want to speak up.
Am I audible?
Yes.
I want you are telling that we should build some skills before going to some internship. So what kind of skills we should build before going to an internship?
Yeah. So you are talking about software development internship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for software development internship, there are like a lot of fields. There are like front end development, there are back end development, mobile application development, machine learning, data science. A lot of things are there. So
What about
choose any.
electronics?
So electronics, we I am not covering right now. Electronics, a lot of hardware experience you need before actually going for good internship, I would say, right? So what I am talking about right now is that you should actually, for the software development, you should actually choose one segment, and then try to have some, maybe go through. There are like a lot of courses in the market, who are like project based learning, or maybe there are like a lot of YouTubers as well. There are like a lot of bloggers who keep on writing about the projects. There is one website, Cryo, also, who actually gives. There are like a lot of free projects available there. So people are working on building some projects. You can refer those and try to build those projects. That will be enough.
Yes.
Thank
Okay, so
Are
yes.
working in college clubs considered?
So see, working in college club is a management thing, right? It's not related to anywhere else related
No,
to
like
software.
if we are working in some technical college, technical club, sorry, technical club, like the one car race one, we have to build our own car. So,
Okay. Okay. So what do you do there?
or as a team we build a car and then race in it.
Okay. So
It's
now
a
you.
competition.
So if you want to
Yeah.
see, it depends like which internship you are applying for. If you are applying for internship in the similar sector, then it helps. If you are applying for internship in software development but you are not having experience in it, so it will not help. Right.
So in a technical company, we can add our management skills also.
Hi, you can add it because sometimes companies are looking for management skills as well. So you just add it there. But only management skills won't help you to go with the software companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else would like to speak? Okay. There is one more question in chat. So should we go for unpaid internships?
Oh, interesting question.
Elephant in the room.
So see, actually, what we have seen is that people are generally saying directly no, that you should never go for an unpaid internship. But what I would say is that sometimes experience matters a lot. When you are a student, monetary thing does not matter at your initial stages if you are building your skills. So if you are getting good opportunity, if your mentor is good, you should definitely go for unpaid internship, because that mentor is going to give you that much skills that will help you to go with the next paid internship, right?
Okay. So how to find out internship? I guess this question is already answered.
So try to focus on the mentor who will be mentoring you, and it's all about experience, right? Work experience matters a lot. So try to get as much as work experience. If you're working in a college club, college committee, do you get paid? No, right? So but you get like a lot of work experience that helps you to get good job. So if you are getting good mentors in the industry who are giving you internship, even if it's not paid, then it works. It doesn't matter.
So people are asking like what courses they should do online for a good internship.
Okay. So what I have seen is that Udemy courses are like cheaper as well, and they cover like a lot of basic things, right? There are a lot of Udemy courses available. You can check on Coursera as well, and there are like some YouTubers as well who have made good contents on their web on the YouTube, right? So you can refer these. There are like a lot of costly courses as well, which I don't recommend. If you are good enough, if you are able, if you want to actually learn it, you will be able to learn with these resources.
So which type of skills one should learn in their first year?
Now again, it depends what you want to do in your life.
Yeah.
If you want to go in, that's what, if you, one guy was telling that they work in a car racing club. So if you want to go into that, you should focus on building those kinds of skill, and it will be better if you interact with those communities, right? The Interact with your senior in the college, they will also tell you like what kind of skills you can learn. If you want to go into the software development, I would say that learn website development and mobile application development first, because if you know that, you will be definitely able to get internships, and then you will get a head start in the industry.
So this is not a question about internship, but do we have to go to placement after BTech, or better to do mastery on a particular thing?
So there is no hard and fast rule. You can drop out of the college as well and do something on your own. You can go for masters, you can go for PhD, you can go for a job. Just go with the flow and whatever interests you, right? It may happen that you're not getting good opportunities and you need some skill development. Uh, First focus on skill development. Opportunities are not going anywhere. If you're having good enough skills, you will definitely get the job, right? So if you see that it should always be like, am I ready for the job or not? If you're not, then just don't focus much on applying for the jobs. Just spare like 3-4 months free, and then build your skills and then start applying for the job.
Okay. So can you suggest practice for React.js to learn more in React.js?
Yeah.
What one
So
should do?
for React.js or for any front end development, what we have seen is that you will learn better if you implement those things, right? So try to actually build good websites. You can do like cloning as well. Building a clone of maybe Flipkart, building a clone of Netflix, right? That helps a lot.
Yeah, so there are two questions from one person. So how he's asking that, how do you hire? And the second question is, apart from technical skills, what do you see in a candidate before hiring him?
Okay. So apart from, see, first we will see the technical skills. The second thing is that we see the motivation level. Are you like mentally prepared to work with us or not? Uh, you just want to come, as a intern, or you want to come as a team member. So whoever we hire, we see a team member in them. If you have a good attitude, if you want to learn skills, so what we have done is that even if you are not having that much good level of skills, but you are having motivation, if you want to learn something, then we consider it. Right? So the attitude and the mental uh, preparation, are you mentally prepared or not to work with us? That's and again, if you are, you willing to give the time or not, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so moving towards the next question. So is it important to have a certificate for a course? Like what if we have done a particular course from YouTube or any other platform which don't provide a certificate?
Yeah. So what certificate helps is that it helps the recruiter actually who is going through your profile. It adds a credibility, right? It saves their time. If you're not having certificate, don't worry too much. Just mention it that you have did this course, and your project and work experience will be enough to actually reflect that the skills.
Okay, so this question is for data science field. So which level of skills are required for a data science or a data analyst internship? Like introductory skills or intermediate level skills?
So again, it depends on what kind of internships you're looking for. There are like basic level internships available in the market as well, and the intermediate level as well. So I would uh, suggest you guys to go one by one. Try to do some basic learning, and then try to work with. It can be unpaid internship, but it will give you good exposure. Then try to that unpaid internship for 2-3 months, that will definitely upskill yourself, and then try to find some paid internship. I'm not saying that just keep on doing the unpaid internship, but it may happen that for getting a head start, you have to do an unpaid internship. Right?
Okay. Someone is also asking like on the Kuwait platform, they also have to upload their certificate.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
about that?
So that is the that thing only. If you're having the certificate of any course or any project, just add it there that this is the certificate link, right? Because that helps the recruiter actually to analyze your profile very well. And if you're not having it, then it's okay. You can add. If you're not having certificate, I would suggest you to add the links of project or whatever work you have done. You can add the link. You must have the GitHub repo link, right? If you add the GitHub repo link also, that also helps a lot.
So yeah, so like a bunch of questions are coming, like they are similar questions. So people are asking, so like, does certificates help? So it's the same question again. So does certificate helps to get a better placement or a better internship?
I think it's the same, right?
Yeah.
And certificate will help you to help your resume to get shortlisted, or it adds a credibility, to your whatever courses you have done. It's just like you are getting a degree from your college, right? That college degree actually adds a credibility that you are graduate.
Mhm. Yes. Okay.
Okay. I see Anvay asking what's the tagline. Tagline is just one two line statement that gives a brief about you. So you can write like, I am a student from this, having experience in this, or maybe front end developer slash back end developer, or maybe coding enthusiast, that kind of thing.
Okay, so for someone who is sure of higher studies after BTech, like MBA, what kind of internship should he or she search for? The BTech specialization is in computer science.
Degrees in computer science. See, so if you want to do internships in software development, that will have no, relevance in the MBA. So it's not going to help you in the MBA. If you want to go, in masters in computer science, then that will definitely help.
Okay, I'm now in second year. I know the C language Python. So what should I prepare for internships?
Mhm. So there are companies who actually hire on the basis of C language as well and Python as well. On the Python, actually, you can explore data science. Maybe you can go with the development as well on the Django side. I think these are the things which will be very helpful. If you can work on some libraries on machine learning as well, you will get some internships in the Python.
Okay. So are BSc computer science students eligible for such internships?
Yeah, there are like students on our platform who are basic computer science. It doesn't matter if you're having experience. There was a guy who hired a commerce student who was actually a software developer. So it doesn't matter what degree you are having. If you're having good skills, then you will get a internship.
Okay. So next question is, what decides that I am a mentally compatible person to join a company?
You should be able to give the time which the company is looking for, and then you should be willing to actually learn from whatever they have been feeding you. So suppose they give you assignment for a review check. I've seen that a lot of students do not attempt the assignment. If you do not attempt the assignment, just forget that you will be able to get selected. So these are the things where you get shortlisted.
Yes. Okay. What things should I consider while researching about a company?
uh, Look around after the team, who is the team, what is the product, what is the market segment they are targeting, is it a mobile app, is it a web app, what is the tech stack they are using, what are the features. Try to actually use the product. That will actually help you researching about the company. Try to read about news as well, what is the company doing, where they're expanding, where they're not.
Okay. So according to you, in which year we are supposed to apply for internships, and what kind of experience we need for those internships?
So I would say that after first year you can apply for internships. Spend your first year in developing the skills. What kind of experience we need for internship is very straightforward. You should have some project experience. If you are having two project experience, that's more than enough to get an internship. Let's start with the internship.
So next question is, which field of CSE have better internship opportunities?
Okay, so there are every field, every field has a lot of opportunities. What I'm seeing is that a lot of the internship opportunity which comes is on development, like web app development or mobile app development. So this is the basic, every company has a web app, or every company has or any company has a mobile app, right? If you know this, then you will be having a lot of opportunities there.
Moving towards the next question. So currently in last year BTech in chemical, if I want to go for internship in IT field, what should I improve to get into internship, or what courses should I go for?
Okay, so if you are chemical, that doesn't matter. If you want to go into the IT field, just have some relevant project experience and work experience, right? What should I improve? Again, this the software skills, the IT skills. If you are able to improve, then it will be very good. Courses you can go for. There are like a lot of courses I've already said. There are like courses, Udemy courses you can go with, and it's very famous. If you just directly search on Quora that what are the good Udemy courses, you will get the list. There are like a lot of YouTubers as well who teaches actually, web development, mobile app development, and they are very, very famous. You can directly Google search it and know about it. So follow anyone, and then you will be able to learn.
Yes, I think all other questions are this. Other than this, are answered already. So like I guess we'll just wait for 1 to 2 minutes if someone has some other questions, or you can also unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, I'm putting the website link. You can check out the link, and I'm putting my LinkedIn link again because some of the people it may have gone up. So you can reach out to me on the LinkedIn as well after the session. Would be happy to help you guys.
So, according to you, as a first year student, what courses should I give my first preference to? So this, like, please mention what field are you trying, because this is like a common
Yeah.
question. Yeah. So please be specific about what you are asking. Or you can like also unmute. This is an interesting question. So why do companies think that introverts aren't good to hire?
See, actually, everything works on team communication in the company, right? If you're not able to communicate well with the team, that you are stuck somewhere, or if you're not able to work on something, it just uh, there's a lot of wastage of time if you're not able to communicate well. So you should learn how to work well in the team. Introvert doesn't mean that you just want to work on your project, right?
Okay, so you guys can unmute if you want to ask any questions, or just put it in the chat and we'll answer it if it's not answered already yet.
There are two hand raised, right, Pratik?
Yes, there are two people raising their hands. Okay, I'll just cover their names. So, Sushrut, do you want to ask anything? Hello, Sushrut.
No, I just left it like that. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay. There is, I think there's some more questions in the chat. Are work integrated learning programs, WILP, of companies like Wipro useful, or are they just time consuming?
It depends. There are a lot of courses, which are like freely available right now. A lot of content creators are also there. So you can learn it from anywhere, I would say. But it can happen that those are like very well structured, or maybe they are having good mentors there. Then it depends, like which uh, whatever which courses you want to refer to. If you are able to learn it on your own, then you can learn it from the websites or learn it from YouTube as well. If you need hand holding or guidance, there are a lot of options.
To keep the questions coming in the chat. think we'll wait for some time, and if no one has questions, then I guess we can conclude after that, right?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, yes, actually, I am in my first year and I just joined college. And you know, the admissions are still going on. So I have a few options in Karnataka where I'm getting, NAC accredited and, AICT approved colleges. So, like, will they offer me benefit in placements and internships, or is it like I can continue with any college and it will be the same?
Can you repeat again?
Yeah, so means I still have the option to, choose choose NAC accredited and AICT approved colleges, and they're also affiliated to a state university. So means all these things, do they matter in internship and placements?
So it all depends, try to find out that what from the students in the college as well. Whatever college you want to apply, talk to the students of that college and find out that how the placement committee works or how does the placement goes there, right? And decide it. So your college should be somewhat which have good, which should give you good exposures and which have some good culture, right? If that is there, then go there.
Okay.
Okay, so I think you missed a question. I'm a second year student and I know PHP and Android development. So which kind of internship I go for?
You can choose between anyone which you want to explore. You can go with the Android, I would say, uh, and you can go with the PHP as well. Everyone has its own scope. You can read blog about PHP, read a blog about Android. What is this market scope there? And you can see everybody has their own preference, right? I cannot directly say that go with Android, go with PHP. So read about it and find out like what interests you more, and then go with that.
If someone raised their hand, Milan, if I'm correct, do you want to ask anything?
By mistake, I raised my hand. Sorry, sir. So sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, this is a thank you note from Paramveer Singh. Thank you, Bhaiya. This session helped me to mentally prepare myself for the hard work that I need to put in. I'll connect with you for more insights in software developers. Thank you.
It's okay, Paramveer. That's what we founded, Qvet. So anytime you can reach out to me on the LinkedIn.
Okay, there is one more question coming in. So I'm in third year. What should I focus more on, DSA or development?
See, actually, very straightforward. I would say that if you want to, things are actually changing. What companies have been doing earlier is that they have been testing you on the DSA thing, and but what happens actually is that after you get into the company, you have to learn the development, right? Now things are changing. If you want to go into the startup, they strictly focus on the skill development thing. The bigger companies actually right now are focusing on DSA, and those are like few of the companies I would say who actually focus completely on DSA. So if you are targeting only those companies, then you have to focus more on DSA. If not, then I would say that try to learn development skills because a lot of companies are actually switching to the skill development side, right? And skill development, the development skills will actually help you to actually explore a lot of opportunity. It will actually open gate for a lot of opportunities to you. If you're only focusing on DSA, then the company subset will come to a limited number. Okay. One more thing I want to add is that basic DSA you should know about it, but you can give like 3 months to actually exploring what is DSA, how does the coding, and data structure is very important. Do not go that much deep into competitive programming and algorithms, because you can spend more of the time on the development and get good opportunities. We can go for DSA based project. Will that enable development, and how? DSA based projects are just questions, right? I don't know what is DSA based projects. I haven't heard before. So uh, again, I'm saying that even though you're working in on DSA or competitive programming, you have to work on development thing when you go into the company. If you don't know, then the company will spend some money to actually teach you the development skills, right? So you can directly search that what tech stack Netflix use, what Facebook uses. You will find out that they are built on React.js or Node.js, right? Or maybe Flipkart as a mobile app, or Android native, or maybe iOS app kind of thing. So at the end, you have to work on those things only.
I guess like we should wrap up.
Yeah. Okay. So it was great session. A lot of questions which came to us. I will actually post it on my LinkedIn as well. Whatever important questions which I got, so that other students can know about it. Pratik, we can wait for some time and actually note down or take the screenshots of the questions so that I will remember.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, and do check out our website again. I would like to say that it's free to use, and a lot of opportunities are coming. Let your friends know about it as well. We will actually send a separate mail as well to all of the students with the recorded YouTube link and all those things, so you will know from there as well. What I would say is that treat internships as a gateway to the industry. Try to explore as much as possible right at your college only. Don't wait that I will go into the job and learn there, because if you know something well in the college, you will get like a lot of good opportunities, right? Okay. Paramveer, we can talk about it somewhat later. You can just text me and we can talk about it. Okay, great. Thanks a lot, guys. It was a great session. If anybody has
Yes.
any question, I am there for 4 5 minutes more. You can post it in the message, or otherwise, I will drop off. Someone was asking for the platform link. Okay. We'll send you over the mail as well, so don't worry about it. Pratik, is there any way to actually download all the chats?
I don't think we have. Let me check.
I can actually, I'm able to copy it. Just to check it. So I saw one question. Can we get the PDF of this session? I will actually write it over the LinkedIn as well, and we will send you the recorded YouTube link. So don't worry.
Hello, Atul.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we missed a couple of questions. So even if I had to opt for a placement in a private organization, then too should I go for a government provided internship?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, means wherever you do internship, it should actually help you with the experience. That's all.
And the next one is if a CSC student wants to do something in space science and technology, what she should and how he or she can begin in that
You
field.
should try to reach out to some professors in maybe IIT Kanpur, or maybe ICER is there. Maybe you can IISc also, you can reach out and try to get internship there. Okay, I think Pratik, we can conclude the session. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming. Uh, Ping me on the LinkedIn. If you have any other questions, would be happy to help you out.
Yes, thank you Atul for joining, and thank you for such a great session. I
Bye
hope everyone got something, learned something new from this session, and it was a great session. Thank you for joining us.
bye.
Bye, bye everyone.